Yeah. So I'm going to ask you, Franco, I know you've acquired a lot of skills over time, but how much of this is natural talent versus acquired learned skills?
No, that is a very, very, very good question. Yes, part of it is a talent, of course. But believe it or not, I was even a shy kid at one point, right? And I came out of my shell when I worked at Radio Disney, started taking the microphone. The Warriors hired me after a concert I did in front of 20,000 fans. That was luck and talent together, right place, right time. But you can learn these things. You know what I mean? You just have to have the right team members. Like, Needy. I'm not going to try to do any of the technical things of Paybee that's so successful. You built this program. You know this inside and out. That is your expertise. So I'm going to lean on you for that. I'm not going to ask you to do my role, and vice versa. Yes, you have talents and you have things like that, but you could also learn things as well. You can learn from others, which I do quite a bit. I watch other auctioneers. I watch other events. I'm a student of the game, if you will. To be honest, like, I talk about sports, the football teams, what happens, or even basketball or any team, what happens after a game? They watch film. They watch themselves perform. They watch others perform. They watch everything before the next game. I, believe it or not, watch. And some people say, oh, I don't want to hear myself, see myself. Believe you me, there's moments I'm like, ooh, 20 years ago, wow, young Franco, 20 something, is not the 45-year-old Franco today. It takes time to perfect a craft. Can anyone learn a craft? Absolutely. How much do you want to apply to your craft? How important is it to you? Like, I love the technical stuff, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to be developing programs and doing what you're doing, Needy, and coming up with the next new thing to make, event planning easy. No, I'm going to stick to what I'm good at, and that is entertaining audiences, captivating them with money, with a purpose, and all that. And I still need to learn how to improve. Like, I'm never satisfied with my performance from last week. I want to improve next week and next week and next week, like a team. And I equate sports a lot because a lot of people, professional athletes especially, have a mindset of that's not good enough. I don't care if I caught 100 touchdowns last week. How do I collect 101 touchdowns? That's the challenge. And that's the competitor in me. And I think the competitor in many people. Like, we got to set the bar just a little bit higher every time and expect a little bit more. But it is a talent and it's also luck, but it's also craft that if you're willing to practice, like Steph Curry, 100 million times hitting 3 points, even though he's undersized and he's the greatest shooter on the planet. Can anyone do it? Sure. But you have to want to put in the work to do it. And that's why everyone has a job. And hopefully you take your job very serious, because I take raising money very serious. Because if I don't raise 150,000 for this kid or this charity or this community center, then there's no community center. People will suffer from it. And I take that very, very serious, that I want to make sure that I improve next week or next year. We're going to raise more money, right? And so you just have to have a professional outlook and approach.
Mhm. No, I love that. You're definitely prepared at every event and you've done your homework, and that shows.
Oh, thank
Uh,
you. Thank you.
yes.